Thelemic Holy Season 22, March 20th. Tav, the Universe. Liber 65, Chapter 1. I am the heart, and the snake is entwined about the invisible core of the mind. Rise, O my snake, it is now, is the hour of the hooded and holy, ineffable flower. Rise, O my snake, in the brilliance of bloom. On the corpse of Osiris afloat in the tomb. O heart of my mother, my sister, mine own, thou art given to Nile, to the terror Typhon. Ah me, but the glory of ravening storm enswathes thee and wraps thee in frenzy of form. Be still, O my soul, that the spell may dissolve, as the wands are upraised and the ions revolve. Behold in my beauty how joyous thou art, O snake that caresses the crown of mine heart. Behold, we are one, and the tempest of years goes down to the dusk, and the beetle appears. O beetle, the drone of thy dolorous note, be ever the trance of this tremulous throat. I await the awakening, the summons on high, from the Lord Adonai, from the Lord Adonai. Adonai spake unto V, saying, there must ever be division in the word, for the colors are many, but the light is one. Therefore thou writest that which is of mother, of emerald, and of lapis lazuli, and of turquoise, and of alexandrite. Another writeth the words of topaz, and of deep amethyst, and of grey sapphire, and of deep sapphire, with a tinge as of blood. Therefore do ye fret yourselves because of this. Be not contented with the image. I am the image of an image, say this. Debate not of the image, saying beyond, beyond. One mounteth into the crown by the moon, and by the sun, and by the arrow, and by the foundation, and by the dark home of the stars, from the black earth. Not otherwise may ye reach unto the smooth point, nor is it fitting for the cobbler to prate of the royal matter. O cobbler, mend this shoe, that I may walk, O king. If I be thy son, let us speak of the embassy to the king thy brother. Then there was silence. Speech had done with us a while. There is a light so strenuous that it is not perceived as light. Wolfsbane is not so sharp as steel, yet it pierceth the body more subtly. Even as evil kisses corrupt the blood, so do my words devour the spirit of man. I breathe, and there is infinite disease in the spirit. As an acid eats into steel, as a cancer that utterly corrupts the body, so am I under the spirit of man. I shall not rest until I have dissolved it all. So also the light that is absorbed. One absorbs little and is called white and glistening. One absorbs all and is called black. Therefore, my darling, thou art black. O my beautiful, I have likened thee to a jet Nubian slave, a boy of melancholy eyes. O the filthy one, the dog, they cry against thee, because thou art my beloved. Happy are they that praise thee, for they see thee with mine eyes. Not aloud shall they praise thee, but in the night watch one shall steal close and grip thee with a secret grip Another shall privily cast a crown of violets over thee. A third shall greatly dare, and press mad lips to thine. Yea, the night shall cover all, the night shall cover all. Thou wast long seeking me, thou didst run forward so fast, that I was unable to come up with thee. O thou darling fool, what bitterness! Thou didst crown thy days with all. Now I am with thee, I will never leave thy being. For I am the soft, sinuous one, entwined about thee, heart of gold. My head is jeweled with 12 stars. My body is white as the milk of the stars. It is bright with the blue of the abyss of stars, invisible. I have found that which could not be found. I have found a vessel of quicksilver. Thou shalt instruct thy servant in his ways. Thou shalt speak often with him. The scribe looketh upwards and crieth, Amen. Thou hast spoken it, Lord God. Further, Adonai spake unto thee, and said, Let us take our delight in the multitude of men. Let us shape unto ourselves a boat of mother of pearl from them, that we may ride upon the river of Emret. Thou seest yon petal of amaranth, blown by the wind from the low sweet brows of Hathor. The Magister saw it, and rejoiced in the beauty of it. Listen, from a certain world came an infinite wail. That falling petal seemed to the little ones a wave to engulf their continent. So they will reproach thy servant, saying, Who hath set thee to save us? He will be sore distressed. All they understand not that thou and I are fashioning a boat of mother of pearl. We will sail down the river of Amret, even to the yew groves of Yama, where we may rejoice exceedingly. The joy of men shall be our silver gleam, their woe our blue gleam, all in the mother of pearl. The scribe was wroth thereat. He spake, O Adonai, and my master, I have borne the inkhorn and the pen without pay, in order that I might search for this river Amrit, and sail thereon as one of ye. This I demand for my fee, that I partake of the echo of your kisses. And immediately it was granted unto him. Nay, but not therewith was he content. By an infinite abasement and shame did he strive. Then a voice, Thou strivest ever, even in thy yielding thou strivest to yield, and lo, thou yieldest not. Go thou unto the outermost places, and subdue all things. Subdue thy fear and thy disgust. Then yield. There was a maiden that strayed among the corn, and sighed. Then grew a new birth, Narcissus, and therein she forgot her sighing and her loneliness. She instantly rode Hades heavily. Even instantly rode Hades heavily upon her, and ravished her away. Then the scribe knew the Narcissus in his heart, but because it came not to his lips, therefore was he shamed, and spake no more. Adonai spake yet again with and said, The earth is ripe for vintage. Let us eat of her grapes, and be drunken thereon. And answered and said, O my Ebrid, my dove, my excellent one, how shall this word seem unto the children of men? And he answered him, Not as thou canst see. It is certain that every letter of this cipher hath some value. But who shall determine the value? For it varieth ever, according to the subtlety of him that made it. And he answered him, Have I not the key thereof? I am clothed with the body of flesh. I am one with the eternal and omnipotent God. Then said Adonai, Thou hast the head of the hawk, and thy phallus is the phallus of Asar. Thou knowest the white, thou knowest the black, and thou knowest that these are one. But why seekest thou the knowledge of their equivalents? He said, that my work may be right. Then Adonai said, the strong brown reaper swept his swathe and rejoiced. The wise man counted his muscles, and pondered, and understood not, and was sad. Reap thou, and rejoice. Then was the adept glad, and lifted his arm. Lo, an earthquake, and plague, and terror on the earth, a casting down of them that sat in high places, a famine upon the multitude, and the grape fell ripe and rich into his mouth. Stained is the purple of thy mouth, O brilliant one, with the white glory of the lips of Adonai. The foam of the grape is like the storm upon the sea, and the ships tremble and shudder. The shipmaster is afraid. That is thy drunkenness, O Holy One. And the winds whirl away the soul of the scribe into the happy haven. O Lord God, let the haven be cast down by the fury of the storm. Let the foam of the grape tincture my soul with thy light. Bacchus grew old, and it was Silenus. Pan was ever Pan, forever and evermore, throughout the islands. Intoxicate the inmost, O my lover, not the outermost. So was it, ever the same. I've aimed at the peeled wand of my God, and I've hit, yea, I have hit. Now, I guess I could have analyzed that into a flip show, much like the first and last of the last was the, the covers there, but, yeah, there's memory in what we just went over of Surah 68 and 96. And so what's the deal with this card here? Okay, the devil, the black snake in particular, so one defeats, but one also uses, which is an interesting thing. And the pattern is established. You think there's no more work to do, but you rise up and get up and do more work because you're alive. You still exist, or maybe you're not alive. You have further existence to do. But that's like the house of matter, and but you're getting pulled into something at the same time too. You're pulling out, but you're being pulled into something that you don't know what's on this other side, and in a way. But you do know the terms of the world that you are in what has been done, what your work could be. So certainly an idea of an afterlife would only make sense somehow connected to this life.